What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, man, first of all, I hope the picture is a little clearer because I actually went out and bought another camera, so hopefully the videos will be a lot more clear and the sound will be a little better. I'm still learning how to use this camera, so bear with me. Today what I want to talk about is how much do I pay for my Dodge Charger RT. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because, you know, you hear a lot of people talking about, oh, you should have bought a Scat Pack, or, you know, you hear a lot of people talking about people are paying Hellcat money for their RTs. And so I just figured I'd do a video talking about how much I paid for my RT, considering this is supposed to be a Dodge Charger RT premium package. Now, I don't know where they got the premium part from, but reading the sticker, it's the RT Plus. But again, like I complained about in one of my other videos, I don't even have the performance pages, so I don't understand the plus or the premium part. So I'm not gonna waste a lot of time, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. And the sticker price, the total price was $43.60 is what the sticker, the total price was on this Dodge Charger RT. Now, like I said before, I did not pay sticker for this car because they had a lot of discounts in the time that I went in to buy this car. This car was actually a demo, which means that the owner was driving around in it for a while. So when I bought it, it only had, I want to say maybe 2,000 miles on it. But it was still considered a new vehicle, so I was able to register it as a brand new car. So I was able to get about 10 grand off the sticker for this car because of the fact that it was a demo. On top of that, I qualified for some discounts. So I got the 10 grand, and I think I got another $1,000. So I ended up paying like $32,000 for this car. But I also had a trade. I traded in my 300, and I was super upside down in my 300. So I rolled over some negative equity on top of the 32,000, which I think was about 5 grand. So I ended up out the door right around 40 when everything was said and done. But I also got free oil changes, they detail my car once a year, and a couple other incentives I got included into my deal. But I got a really good interest rate because at the time my credit was really good at that point in time. And so my interest rate was really low. And hopefully y'all can learn something from what happened to me. That's why I say it makes sense to lease the car, because if I had leased my Chrysler 300, I wouldn't have had any negative equity. But since I financed it, I had to take that hit, which rolled over into this car, which caused the total price to rise. Because if I didn't have that negative equity, I would have got this car for $30-some thousand. So at the end of the day, my payments are, I pay right around $625 a month for this Dodge Charger RT. Now, to some people that may be high for a RT. I know some people paying that for, you know, Scat Packs, or they paying that for a Hellcat. But when you consider the situation I was in, my 300 had 125,000 miles on it. It was a 2012. I had it for like 4 years. It had some issues. I think I had some issues with the airbag and stuff like that, but I really came out on top because what made me trade it in, it was really hot one day. My wife and I, we were riding around, the air conditioner stopped working. That's what it was, the air conditioner wasn't working, and I was having some airbag issues. And I said, you know what, I'm sick of this. So we drove to the dealership, and we got this car. And at that point in time, all I knew and all I wanted was a Hemi. I didn't care what the hell, I just wanted a V8 Hemi. I wasn't even really paying any attention to the Scat Packs, the big differences, the 485 horsepower. I didn't even really, at that point in time, I didn't really care. because I wasn't really into it as much as I am now. So I didn't even care about the difference in the horsepower. When I started looking at all the different features I could get in this RT, I chose this one. Because if I would've got the Scat Pack, I probably would have been paying anywhere from $725 to $750 a month. And that just was out of my budget. So I chose to go with this car, because like I say, I got the all leather seats, got the red seats, the sunroof, blind spot monitoring. I got a whole bunch of different options on this car I wouldn't have gotten in the Scat Pack at that particular time. So the lesson learned is, if you're gonna be switching cars and you know you're gonna want a new car within, you know, two to 3 years, it's best to lease your car, especially a Dodge Chrysler product, because unfortunately these cars do not hold any value. So it'd be wise to just lease it, so when something new comes out, you can go ahead and switch up, especially if you know you like to have something fresh and something new every couple years, because it just makes more sense. Now, there is some drawbacks from leasing, because for the most part you can't mod the car. I mean, you can, but when it's time to turn it back in, if you're not gonna, at the end of the lease, finance it to keep it, you're gonna have to switch those mods back. You're gonna have to put the original parts back on the car. And that's one of the major drawbacks of leasing. But at the same time, if you're getting a Hellcat, it ain't too much more to do. I mean, you might tint the windows and you may do something to the exhaust, but it ain't too much more to do to a Hellcat, unless you one of these guys that go out and race and you gotta have 850 horsepower Hellcat and all that. But if you just enjoy the sound, enjoy just the 707, and you're not really into all that racing, I mean, you may do a little racing here and there, but if you're not in some kind of taking your car to the track and all that kind of stuff, I don't see how you can lose leasing a Hellcat. So that's why I'm even just even entertaining that option, because I know I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of mods. Now, if my YouTube channel takes off and I'm start making a whole bunch of money and I can afford to start modding a Hellcat, and I decide I'm just going to keep it, then that's something completely different. But that's kind of up to you guys. If you know, you keep sharing and subscribing, then that may happen. But as of right now, I just don't see me financing a Hellcat. I'm definitely probably gonna just lease it. But that's what I pay a month for my Charger RT. I'm comfortable with that, and based on some preliminary numbers that I did on a Hellcat, I'll probably be paying around that much, because like Carlito said in the last video, you can roll that negative equity into the lease. So at the end of that lease, I can just walk away. Yes, I won't have a vehicle, but I also won't have that negative equity, and I can just start over. So that's more than likely what I'm gonna do. And my advice to you guys, if you're thinking about getting a 2020 wide body, consider leasing it if you know you're gonna wanna switch it up in a few years. Or if not, just go ahead and finance it. But I suggest leasing it, because there's always gonna be something new coming out. You know how Dodge do. Every couple years, they come out with some new technology. The technology is changing, and your circumstances may change. You may have a baby, anything can happen where you may need a bigger vehicle. You might have to downgrade. You might have to get you a car, a damn Prius or something, because you know, your finances change. So it's tough to be locked into a finance Hellcat when your payment is $900 a month, and it no longer benefits you. So just got to be smart about what you're going to do, and you know, consider your own personal situation. Don't get hyped or faked into or tricked into, you know, financing a vehicle that you really can't afford, because you're the only one that's gonna suffer in the end. And especially if you got a YouTube channel and you're doing it for YouTube, and when you turn that camera off, man, like I said before, you the one stuck with that payment. And me personally, I ain't trying to impress nobody. I'm a regular guy, got a regular job. I ain't out here trying to impress nobody. I just love these cars, I love doing these videos. Hopefully, if I get the Hellcat, it may be some folks that follow me that just not in a position to have a Hellcat at that point in time, and you know, we can enjoy the car together. That's basically what my channel was pretty much about. Even though I got just a regular RT, it's some people that can't even afford an RT, so they living through, you know, pretty much whatever I'm doing or seeing my car, because I used to be that guy that, you know, was driving something I really didn't want, but I had to, you know, drive what my money could afford. And I used to look at YouTube looking at RTs and, you know, Hellcats or whatever the end car was at that time, and just dreaming like, wow, I can't wait until I'm in a position to own a vehicle like that. So that's what it's all about for me, man, you know, so we can all enjoy this and enjoy life while we're here, because at some point in time we all gonna check out. So we got to do what we can do while we can do it. So hopefully this helped you out, you know, if you're thinking about making a move and you just wondering like how much I pay for my car. I mean, I don't know if you are or you're not, but just in case you guys were wondering, that's what I pay. And that's pretty much it, man. That's all I wanted to cover today in this video. This is your first time joining my channel, man, go ahead and hit the like button. Tomorrow I got something special coming. Like I say, I'm gonna be reviewing the 392 Durango. So be on the lookout for that video tomorrow. I'm gonna try to have some fun in that truck. I always wanted to drive one, so we're gonna have some fun in this one. It's gonna be a exciting video. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you joining the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Boy.